So, friends, in the beginning of the movie, we are shown a labor camp in Siberia where German prisoners are kept. There is neither any fence nor regular guards in this prison, and no one tries to escape from here because if someone runs away from here, then minus 40 degrees cold and hunger will kill him. After this, we see a soldier here whose name is Clem. He does not believe this and makes a plan to escape from here. He jumps from the conveyor belt at night and sits in a coal cart. The cart starts moving slowly forward. He looks at the sky and smiles. Then suddenly the cart stops due to a piece of wood. As soon as Clem looks outside, he sees another soldier standing who signals everyone by firing in the air. After this, in the next scene, we see that Clem is kept in air danger for 3 days without food and water, and the rain also completes the remaining work. He feels cold and rain pours in the air. Finally, the soldiers get well. After this, they take him out, and in a staggering state, he goes back to his friends. All the people are waiting for him with sticks and rods in their hands, because due to his betrayal, they were kept hungry for 3 days. All those people attack Clem and beat him up and injure him. Due to this beating, Clem becomes unconscious, then a person stops them. After this, we see that a doctor bandages Clem badly, and he is also a prisoner here. The doctor also agrees to run away from here, and the thinking of both is also very similar. Clement asks for help from the doctor to do something to get him out of here, on which the doctor tells that it is very difficult to go out of this area, and the people who live here will also die after some time because the area in which they work is filled with poisonous lead. The doctor knows that everyone will die in both the directions, yet he agrees to help Clement and wishes him good luck, and to help him, he gives him warm clothes, a gun, and some stuff, and he also tells him that he will get food supplies at many places on the way. The doctor wanted to do all this for himself, but a short time ago, he came to know that he has cancer, and he is going to die anyway. The doctor gives a box to Clem on which his name is written. He tells Clem that he has to go to his family and tell them that I am dead, and I missed you all a lot. After this, in the next scene, we see that Clem tries to escape from there at night. In the morning, the warden of the prisoners comes to the doctor and wants to ask him about Clem, but is surprised to see that the doctor took his own life because he was also a germ. Then we see Clem moving forward through the snowy road. The warden asks his soldiers to search for Clem in a radius of 30 kilometers, but they do not find Clem. Everyone thinks that Clem is dead, but the director says that he is still alive, and he asks them to search again. 9 days pass since Clem escaped from there. Then suddenly he realizes that a sled is chasing him. He tries to run away from the sled, but falls down on the ground due to exhaustion. The sled comes very close to him and even passes over him. Then Clem realizes that it was just a shadow and there was no sled there. Due to exhaustion and hunger, Clem was seeing all this. Soon Clem's food finishes and he runs toward the sky and asks God for help, but he can't see anything except snow in the distance. So he continues his journey. Slowly Clem's condition starts getting worse and his body starts getting stiff and he falls on the ground staggering. Many days pass by and then suddenly Lemon notices that he is hearing the sound of something from a distance. When he opens his eyes, he sees a seal. Clem takes out a gun with his trembling hands and aims at the seal. Clem musters courage and stands up and chases the seal, but unfortunately the surface of the ice breaks and it falls into the water. Clem musters up courage and chases the seal again and hits it with the last remaining bullet, and this time he does not miss the target. After this, Clem cuts the stomach of the seal and puts his frozen foot in its stomach and heats the seal's fat and bandages it to heal the first bite of his foot. After taking a lot of rest, Clayman again sets out on his journey. Clayman sees that there is only snow everywhere, and he starts counting and talking to himself so that he can maintain his focus. He sometimes shouts and sometimes behaves strangely and tries to keep his direction straight by looking at the compass. Many days pass, after which one day suddenly, Clayman notices that he sees a dry forest from a distance. Seeing this forest, he starts crying and hugs it. This forest means that he has completed a journey of 2 months and is finally reaching close to his destination by crossing the snowy areas. And we see that the warden still does not give up and declares him wanted to find Clamon and asks to continue the search. Then we see that Clamon reaches a dense forest where he faces a strong storm as soon as he arrives, and the storm is so strong that even the trees start getting uprooted. Then suddenly a tree falls on Clamon, but luckily two gold seekers save his life and take him out from there, and accompany him and take him forward. Spring season starts coming, and they continue their journey through the river, and while enjoying the beautiful views on the way, they tell each other stories and tell about their family. One day he notices that the flow of water is becoming very fast. Their boat passes through the stones, due to which Sajan falls into the water and gets injured. Menton does not help him, but Clamon jumps into the water and takes Sam Jan out of the water, but Menton goes ahead and takes Sajan to a shelter. He thinks that Sajan is dead. He goes outside, and when he comes back, he sees that Clemens and Sam John are standing there. Seeing his betrayal, Sam John kills him. After this, Clemens and Sam John start their journey again. The weather starts changing again, and winters arrive, and the journey becomes difficult again. Clemens notices that Sajan's condition is deteriorating due to the load of luggage. Clemens takes Sajan's bag. Sajan thinks that Sajan wants to steal his gold, so Sajan pushes him hard with the bag, due to which Clemens falls in the ditch and becomes unconscious. When he regains consciousness, he realizes that he has been trapped by the chains, and to save his life, he climbs a small tree. The chains start tearing his pants. Despite all his efforts, Clemens falls on the ground on the dry tree. He is about to become a victim of the chains when he hears the sound of a gun being fired and someone starts breaking all the chains one by one. So friends, here we come to know that some tribesmen had heard Clamon's voice and they come to help him. They bring Clamon to their tribe and bandage his wounds and take care of him, and soon Clamon becomes like before. Those people are very good and look very happy after helping him. The people of this tribe are very hardworking. A very deep friendship develops between Clamor and Hards. But the news of Clamon's escape reaches the tribe as well, and Clamon has no other way except that he should leave from here and move towards his path so that the lives of the tribe members are saved. Everyone bids farewell to Clamon. The people of the tribe give Clamon some food supplies and a hunting dog, which will help him in the journey. After this, we see that 1 year passes, and this journey becomes even easier for Clamon with this dog because he does not feel alone. Clamon reaches a lumber mill where the workers find a dog. The dog starts barking at them, and they decide to shoot him. Then Clamon calls him to him by calling him. They help him and give him food, and even put him on a train going towards Germany. The owner of this lumber mill recognizes Lemon, and he tells the warden that he has found Clamon. Warden orders some soldiers to stay at the station so that he can arrest Clamon. As soon as Clamon reaches the station, he feels a movement from a distance, which he senses, and he gets down from this train and tries to hide. But then his eyes fall on Warden, who is seen standing in front of him as soon as the train moves. Clamon's dog attacks Warden and bites his face. Here, Clamon gets a chance to run away again. Warden kills this dog. Clamon is very sad about this, but he has no other option except running away from there. This dog has given a new life to Clamon by proving his loyalty. Clamon once again jumps on the moving train, and from there he escapes, and luck favors him this time too. After this, we see that a lot of time passes, and it is the year 1952, where we see Clemens, who has a beard and long hair, and his condition is very bad. He passes through a food market where his mouth starts watering after seeing different types of food. Then some women who have bread welcome him, but Clemens does not have money to buy that bread, and he decides to leave from there. Then we see that the woman sends a piece of bread for Clemens through her child. That child gives a piece of bread to Clemens, seeing which Clemens looks very surprised. After this, we see that a Jewish businessman is watching this whole matter. Clemens goes to the church nearby and starts praying with folded hands. Then that Jewish businessman goes there and does not report to anyone. He brings Clemens to his house where Clemens becomes a gentleman after taking a bath and wearing clean clothes. Then we see that the businessman gives Clemens a fake ID and passport. Clem also gets his passport made so that he can go to Germany. After bidding adieu to this person, Clem reaches the Soviet border and shows his documents. Luckily, the checker also lets him go. Here we see that after traveling for many years, finally a smile appears on his face, and he is about to taste the joy of freedom. As soon as he reaches the bridge, a light starts shining in his eyes. Clem is surprised to see that the same warden is standing in front of him. Clem is still on Soviet land, so warden has full right to arrest him. Seeing this, he starts rubbing his fist and feels very unjust. But Harangoythong praises Man's courage because he learns a lesson of life that nothing is more important than his family, and for the sake of his family, he crossed all the obstacles and proved that there is nothing in war. Clem crosses the bridge very easily, and after traveling for many days, finally on a snowy night, Clem reaches his home. He reaches home where he sees his family from the window. His daughter and wife are living their life peacefully. He is very happy to see these people and also gets emotional. At the same time, he notices that his daughter and wife leave the house to pray in the church. Clement silently follows them. Then we see that Clement's daughter senses her father's arrival and looks back and becomes very happy and hugs her father. Clement's wife does not believe her eyes, and she confirms by touching his face whether it is really true. After this, the family members hug each other. Tears of happiness are seen in their eyes, and this whole scene looks like a dream. And with this scene, the movie reaches its end. So friends, how did you like our today's X explanation? If you like the explanation of our movie, then like it, and if you want to see more such movie explanations, then subscribe to our channel.